Let's talk about pain and inflammation today. So we have pain and inflammation when we have an injury, or just sometimes we have chronic pain here or there. There's a lot of factors that go into that, kind of two sides of it. For an injury, we have the short-term inflammation process, and we also have the long-term chronic inflammation process. The short-term inflammation process is the actual injury to the tissue, the breaking down, the replacing it, and rebuilding it. With chronic inflammation, that's more of a product of our diet and lifestyle, but it also plays into the short-term injury recovery. When it comes to an injury recovery with the pain and inflammation, there are a few products that we love to use. The first thing we need to do is provide the nutrients to the body for that repair process. For that, we use something like Legoplex 2. This provides a lot of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, focused in on that repair process. The other thing we need to do is control excessive inflammation. The inflammation process isn't bad. We need it. That's the whole repair and remodel and replace process, but it's when it's out of control, it's a problem. So for that, what we'll use is turmeric. I like turmeric forte. It is a turmeric that is infused with fenugreek that makes it 25 times more absorbable into the body. That means it's more effective. Alongside of that, what we like to use is a fish oil. So a fish oil, or an omega-3, what it does is it helps control that chronic inflammation. Omega-6s and omega-3s are two essential fatty acids. So omega-3s are the fish oil, okay? That's what we have been taught and told. The research supports that's good for pain and inflammation. Omega-6s are still an essential thing in the body. However, when we have too many of them, they drive chronic inflammation. This chronic inflammation is driven by our seed oils, our use of corn, all these inflammatory foods that use, or not use, but contain a lot of these omega-6s. And when that balance in our body gets too high in omega-6s, it perpetuates the inflammation process and doesn't let it resolve. And that's where our omega-3s come in. And that's why we use those fish oils. So for day-to-day stuff, we use cod liver oil. That is an extract from fish, uses the liver, which is the biggest concentration of all of the omega-3 fatty acids that help resolve that inflammation, which means when it resolves, the pain and discomfort, and you can get back to your life. In more extreme situations, we might use a concentrated fish oil from the standard process line, the Oprima EPA/DHA product, and that's a little bit higher, and we'll pair that one-in-one with the turmeric, and that helps suppress that inflammation. So that's kind of the short-term thing. We'll put the Legoplex in there to feed the body, give it the support, and then we'll modulate and support the inflammation process to resolve, as well as control the inflammation with the turmeric and the fish oil. Now, for more chronic problems such as arthritis, that type of thing, that's really where that cod liver and that taking a fish oil every single day really helps control that ratio and get more balanced omega-3 to 6 ratio. A little side note on that, our diets are typically in America 25-1 or somewhere in that range, omega-6s to 3s. We really want that to get down to a 1-3 or 1-5 ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. And the way we do that is either eating more fish, avoiding so many omega-6s, and taking a fish oil capsule. Those types of things help that lower that chronic inflammation that not only leads to pain all over, but flares up our arthritis and other health problems. So if you're having an arthritic problem, a Boswellia complex, which contains Boswellia, which is really great for arthritic pain, as well as some turmeric in it, alongside those fish oils, are really helpful for those types of things. Legoplex 2 is also great for that long-term arthritic patient or just joint pain. It really supports those joints and provides the nutrients for it to just keep that inflammation down in those joints. So those are the products that work the best for our pain and inflammation. throughout our body, both for acute and chronic situations.